When Roxy was surrendered to the shelter by her previous family, they had to fill out the usual paperwork. One question asked why they were giving up their dog. Their answer was short. Their landlord didn't allow dogs, they would be kicked out if they kept her, and they couldn't find anyone else to take her. Just like that, Roxy lost the only home she knew. I'm the founder of Furry Tail Endings, a nonprofit rescue that helps animals in high-risk situations. The first time I met Roxy, I walked up to her kennel and reached my hand through the bars just to say hello and give her a gentle pet. The moment my hand got close, she flinched. It happened so quickly that I immediately understood this wasn't just a nervous shelter dog. It looked like a dog that had experienced serious trauma and abuse. Roxy was so afraid that she wouldn't let volunteers get close to her. Because she was too fearful to be handled, the shelter eventually placed her on the euthanasia list. She had about a week left before she was scheduled to be put down. We knew we wanted to help, but we still had to figure out a safe plan for where she would go. That day, we had no choice but to leave without her while I worked on arranging everything she would need. A few days later, we came back with a plan. I was relieved to see she was still there. She looked just as frightened as before. What surprised me most was that such a beautiful dog still hadn't found anyone willing to step forward for her. We took Roxy into the shelter's play yard. At first, she stayed behind a bench, keeping as much distance as she could. Instead of asking her to come over, I laid down on the ground and gave her space. Shelters are loud places, and I just wanted her to have a quiet moment to breathe. For a little while, she simply watched me. Then she slowly started walking closer. She came over, lowered her head onto my chest, and let out one long, deep sigh. I'll never forget that sound. It felt like she was finally letting go of something she had been carrying for a long time. For the first time in a while, she seemed able to relax. My brother was volunteering with me that day, and he saw the whole thing. Once we walked Roxy out of the shelter, her expression began to change. It's hard to describe, but it felt like we were finally seeing the dog she was meant to be. There was a softness in her face that hadn't been there before. We loaded her into our transport driver's car, and she headed to her foster home. That same evening, her foster family sent me videos of her running around the backyard with their 2 dogs. It was hard to believe she was the same dog we had just picked up from the shelter. In only a few hours, she looked completely different. Her first foster home was only temporary for a few days. After that, she moved to a long-term foster home, where she stayed for about a month before the right family came along. That family lived in Colorado. They flew to California to meet Roxy, and after adopting her, they decided not to fly home with her because they didn't want to risk anything happening during the flight. Instead, they rented a car and drove all the way back to Colorado together. The trip took about 1 to 2 days, but getting her home safely was worth it. Today, Roxy lives in Colorado with her forever family. She spends her time hiking in the mountains, playing in the snow, and enjoying the love and attention she always deserved. If you're thinking about bringing a pet into your life, consider visiting a shelter or rescue first. Some animals only need one person willing to give them a chance. A little patience can make all the difference, and the dog or cat you bring home may end up changing your life just as much as you change theirs. Not every animal will trust you right away, and that's okay. Some have been through experiences we may never fully understand. Give them time to settle in, let them move at their own pace, and celebrate the small moments along the way. Those first signs of trust, a relaxed sigh, a wagging tail, or simply choosing to sit beside you, often mean more than words ever could. Every shelter pet deserves the opportunity to feel safe, loved, and part of a family again. Sometimes all it takes is one person saying, "I'll give you a chance," for an entirely new life to begin.